one testament can choose and no game now bueno. A clear definition of oh yeah dear as when you brepa like we are doing when you are blowing giddy. But we now say first will be amaso.
Oh sir.
Clear definition of and no then I'm you know. So Basa near break giddy but we cause 90.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a boy now for.
Meaning what he meant by cause 90, but a first leg.
Okay.
We say, let's go share first two, no. Say now was a basa kodana omo e give you up there. I don't mean tell you all can say, but or right to new opinion.
Okay.
Rich. And no game there, so Munjik Stadium. Me and me my expect say the scoreline be 4-4. But I expected it say game be tight. Tight in the sense say na minim say Atletico nim say about 2 legs. Or go away first. Enti anka obetimi defend it. Na the worst case scenario Barca said 1-0. Na odi akọ wana Metropolitano na se enuma ko yie mana obetimi defend so tight, then on the counter we use Griezmann money Julian Alvarez mo na wanya 1 goal bi se Barca take 1-1 na odi kọ Rich se game ni be ko se Barca be 4 Atletico Besha 4 there. I never expected it. Never. Now, make a baby. Atletico Madrid 2 goals no share in the second half. No, Rich, that was Atletico Madrid, typical of them. But first 2 goals no share in the first half of the year. Barca should have prevented it. Typical Atletico this season. In big games, Rich, they are very good in the second half. Yeah, the pong game now, where they've been able to withstand attack upon attack upon attack upon attack. Omoye changes are not only the soul of Angel Korea Mubemwa. They have a way to get something out of the game. And the last 2 goals now, Atletico share in the second half of the year. That is typical Atletico. But Rich, start no munya any day. Me who say Atletico start a big game and ya sa flamboyant starting that and shocking me. Look, Barcelona wanted to stage control any dominance of game in them. But Rich, you could realize say before Barcelona could say Jack after a game no yeah bono. Na team FN Atletico overwhelming moment say omo taking the game to Barcelona. Barcelona himself Atletico game plan was to come 4-4-2, 2 line of defense, very compact. Yebo game na no yenya Griezmann, yenya Julian Alvarez, yebo mati free. Na ya kan yetimi ayese betima join here. It is all here. It is as if say Barcelona were waiting for Atletico to go into their defensive shape. Rich, omuti omani no. Na Atletico, any can attack Barcelona as omutu. And some omuko into sa normal defensive shape na Barcelona for expect say omubekono. But you see, the good thing about Barcelona under Hansi Flick and say, Rich, say almost touch say omu mouse our pressure na. Na omo boss our diagonal passes no. Na omo find Rafinha and Lamine Yamal 1v1 in those wing areas no. Na Ferran Torres money Pedri mu esta so mu refill with than Omar. Rich, Barcelona becomes a delight to watch. And the frequency with which omo create chances no. Typical of a German tactician. And me so say even for Diego Simeone, say na no pena Gabi eka on stories mu say Simeone say You don't expect to meet this Barcelona team under Hansi Flick. Say, omu fani omu tempo no omu no game na and not to score goals. Because Bonana Barcelona after going down 2-0, Rich, they were going to score goals. And look, team and friend has Atletico Madrid, Rich, they will have to go back to their drawing board and ask themselves, say, Barcelona, it's me unlock you too easily. Because 1, 2, 3 passes, you see Atletico open up. And under Diego Simeone, Rich, you don't normally get Atletico open up easily with 1, 2, 3 passes. But the Barcelona guys are so good under Hansi Flick to unlock those blocks now. And when look, this season, the criticism of Barcelona so far and they say, Rich, against teams are in low blocks, Barcelona break, but Barcelona and break against team and Atletico Madrid. In unlocking our defense, and creating those answers, Again, Kubasi Shego, Inigo Martinez Mushe. Rich, you don't beat Atletico to corner any physicality. But Enra, they show that vulnerability too. Until Emma Barcelona, a defender, need to make corner be a heading ball to Atenema. And can Ubusa say a starting game between Barcelona and Atletico? Why never team show physicality? I was saying, please, everybody would have gone for Tima, your friend of Atletico de Madrid. But Barcelona, Enya Saudiano. Rich, many 50 years to some extent. I think, say, Barcelona call up 4-2. No, their friend game management, the momentum and close game. Now, the AM says, I watch the game on Star Times live. The AM say, Obeje say, the substitution now 50 can once a month. No Barcelona LED 4-2. And as a flick, after Eric Garcia must say, or the substitution, Naka, what you are locking in Medford, no, not on my defending a bonny upon. And Metis a commentator, Neka say, you best stop the game this year because I'm cramming you. I very pitch no. I'm proud to I'm from for camera to then referee the ball is so young because I'm cramming you very pitch now. Security for no moodily. Rich that time and Atletico Madrid for any free kick or top four. And because of the pitch evasion, Barcelona and Timmy substitution at that time. Rich, you more free kick. What I say? Yeah, but tempo no was so. Now you just so young China security for the Nyajuma. By the time you resume play, no, before Barcelona could get back on concentration, no, and Marcos Llorente, SSR third goal, no. And it was 4-3, but still, as a flick of your place, now be just touch line. And your record go no the nyeshe. Yemo munkom. Omobemuno. The rest of the minutes. Barcelona couldn't retain the ball, Rich. And the momentum, no, as switch up, we do Atletico Madrid for no, and a soul of, and they say the third goal. Those little details in games, and a determined results, And I think El Cholo was the happy one after the results. Hansi Flick was disappointed because of the way a game ended with the Barcelona team. We have a game to watch now. Unim say. Answer the second leg in the Basso, our Wanda Metropolitano. Rich, you better count a league game. Our Wanda Metropolitano, Atletico against Barcelona. Answer the second leg number so there will be 2 games. Our Wanda Metropolitano. Interestingly, the first of the 2 games will not be the second leg of the Copa del Rey, but rather the league. And sign on the second leg, with the 4-4 aggregate, I say, Yakope winner, Etimi Abasunti, and it was super crazy football, crazy. Your poor game, Mr. Commentator, say, you neutral, I will share a game we are when you bet papa because of the way a game is equal. And to reach first leg, of the semi-final, back we 4-4, and then you our Anoita. We are expecting one other semi-final, so say the best so. Now, Madrid they call Anoita. Anoeta is a very, very passionate place when it comes to football. Real Sociedad under Emmanuel, one of the best Spanish coaches ever we are say. Now, Real Madrid in himself Mokono. It is not going to be an easy game at all. Rich, but there is a problem at Madrid. Madrid A2 Quino. This is the list of the Koye. Socialist Nidia, there is no Thibaut Courtois, there is no Freddy Valverde, and there's no Kylian Mbappe. It's Madrid setting off this, almost setting off without these three players here, Mabodi. What that means, and say, according to Spanish people, are almost churning out the probable 11. No? Rich, this is going to be Real Madrid's first 11. Lunen, Lucas Vasquez, Fran Garcia, Rudiger Asensio, Chiomani Dani Ceballos, Brahim Diaz, Jude, Vinicius, Rodrigo de goals. Rich, may I sure say going forward any problem, even without Mbappe. Sometimes you don't even need all your star players to play well. Even Mbappe in one, and Madrid I am more effective because now Obia is accepting the role. But Rich, Makase, say Real Madrid any game are crucial. Lucas Vasquez, a woman Kim from the right back panel or your Madrid weakness. Number one. Fran Garcia, a super player. But defensively, Rich, our problem kakra, the offense or your suspects. And he will be playing Baby Akubo Ebono. And so Anoeta, Rich, so Mubenyawa, they play through Kubo. Left-footed, almost the Japanese Messi. On him to or hard or direct. And see, and then Fran Garcia will have a problem dealing with Abrantia, your friend Kubo. Or Yazabel as a striker there. I'm finding home my Rudiger and Asensio, Bulino, because on your typical center forward, need a lot of movement or the touchable or no, link it up with the other players. No, Rich. And again, we no prediction BB because of the players now Real Madrid missing. No, look, me maka say Thibaut Courtois my best goalkeeper. We are say Oniwa Real Madrid eto sinikaka emame. There are some saves he will make, Lunen can make, especially in crucial stage. You be say semi-finals of Copa del Rey. And see, without Courtois, without Freddy Valverde, I think say Emma game no, BB or kakra edi Emma me. Will we see at least an over 1.5 in this game? Look, Rich, my prediction and say game way and yet to say no at the enemy. Yes. And my goals be brave because Real Sociedad for minimum they love to pass. Omo attack no so more passable or more passable so I'm not going to expect a lot of goals. So under 4.5 B will be very, very good a bet or our game way. I are quite tricky. Real Madrid are favorites, but I are quite tricky without the key players, no, especially in defensive areas now. Omo Lucy or Mono. And Inter Jumano. Omu yedumano soon Rich 2-0 and I share Lazio for now me catch you when I say Inter be yedumano because say ujai two teams is omu dig deep into omu squad now Rich say Inter dani omu sampa they still have enough quality to beat team and Lazio and say no so share game ni bia Mediterranean any Anatovic and Ebo as two frontliners. Damien Ebo, Dumfries at the bench. Even in the midfield, Kano Global Boss, penalty shares and second goal to Kano. Of the bench and the buy, it was Asanimo, I don't know, Mubo Ewo Fifi ho, Okwecho, Diverge Munina, Nansay, Omushada, and Bo Games Libi, and a Pavamo and a Ebeboye. But Inter was solid, and they made sure say Omusha Lazio by 2 goals to 0. Rich, Unim say, and no win now. Inter Enyano. HSA, your derby be share in the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia, and that is the Milan derby.
Okay.
AC Milan are normal qualified that. Now Inter also qualify Ochina Enra. And in the semi-final, one of the games that we are going to witness the Milan derby, AC Milan against Inter in the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia. And then you one of the quarter-finals ever so on the Allianz Stadium, Juventus bought Empoli. Now, so much we ever so and rich. Ye bobin chair, February. Empoli echo Allianz Stadium, Juve show 4. And see, Obia expect say chat the cyber to be and that Juve a overwhelming favorite say on bet me Ashe Empoli no so a bookie or mu take it to the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia. No, I don't pay me to office.
Name ne games in Kakrana infamrefi.
Me to office one Fifi cancel me yamusem. Look, Chelsea share and by virtue of that, Chelsea right into the top 4. And unim the other mesle kakra. Me no am can Chelsea be share. And I said Enzo Maresca should just go back to the fundamentals where he will play Kopama in number 10 on board ne wingers no on board one striker on board Casedo no Enzo no money back 4. Enra it was the same. And Chelsea were dominant throughout the game. Bipiacha someone on Beshe. Interestingly, Rich, Chelsea started a game, no. He seems saying Kuku was a center forward. Until he was still playing from the left. And until now was he pushing Jadon Sancho echo right. No Pedro Neto ebo as a center forward with Kopama on the chi. And where the fire 4-0 the only one samka. But Rich, Meka Chief say, I no cre Chelsea bebo Copenhagen, Leicester, relatively cheaper games. But I Chelsea last 5 matches on Bobo and Sanya upon Premier League now. Because he is saying, Chelsea contenders in 4 small elbow tougher games. Rich, Chelsea tougher games, and with the last 4 games on Bobo and some Premier League. And it's a 50 check here. Me also somebody to break a crack. I was saying, he's not even saying Chelsea will put stuff for so man. Dead. That is too much. Look, minimum said Chelsea will play in the Champions League next season. My simple reason, and I say, Sawasha, Premier League will produce 5 teams for the Champions League. Until from 1st to 5th, over Champions League. I think, say, and no, and was a Chelsea team room. I just say, crown only 5th. Now, on team and Champions League, what 30 there? 15 years to say, now 88 break rich. And then games way and so in the next 1 minute I will be done with analysis. I'm expecting who say Everton under David Moyes, Omushe goals and Obianim Thomas Frank and in the Brentford team and to say and yet football necessarily a bit or it's in Bukamuna. I am expecting sad game way Brentford against Everton to give us an over 1.5 game. Look. Me metunko 4-4 against Man U. But Matisse wakunya na wo team no. O se Man U be sha.
O ye be sha.
Me kan say Amorim buy no.
The first match, Okobo 1-1. Omu kuyen. Team Legends Iswiji enti no mo balls ana si ha no mbombo.
Nti unim. Tema na oti akunya no ma fifi buza sa machine house machine. Na me say on kai. But we do Kaipa, and I think now was a catcher for say. At
the content, I make us a best channel. On my way performance.
It's a winning.
I win the and shed you.
Now, move. Oh, yeah. I win when we're winning, but move home no swing yet. Yeah, but find your way out. Media, me 2 or more pointers of me 2 or more for pa. Mama, and for the rich and for win and for 2 more so at least. So what's the thing now? You got a car better one. Who called the more chance I ever to me abwow and one Asna Air Forest. Who said the reverse fish on Asna Forest 3? But reaching you to say, and yes, Asna, this is a pra into Omalusu a lot of firepower. Forest also team a hard game and they score goals. At least Forest to trigger Arsenal to also make sure say ometimi ashe goals. Me knew how Sterling, Trossard, Waneri ebetimi responded there, but I'm expecting an over 1.5 game in Forest Arsenal. They say Arsenal won't even predict some especially after losing, but with Elanga, Hodgson, Odoi, Gibbs White, any wood no. At least almost be say go biama a trigger Arsenal say also ekope goal so open game and over 1.5 game Man City Tottenham baby omo mpeko kra. Na unu say Rich since a Man City tough no. So we one team in the Premier League up on the one fair say oh ye hu go free mobo. No mercy for the cripper Tottenham. Ko show 4-0 Etihad. This is the reverse fixture. Rich is a goals game. Eddie Emma Tottenham and Manchester City a goals game until on your bet just go for the goals. Another goals game the Liverpool against Newcastle. Unum say the St. James Rich match and the 3-3 at Anfield. I'm expecting another goal feast with Mo Salah, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, and Diaz, and of course when Ishak is in town with Gordon, and Murphy, and his supporting cast as in the midfielders now. So I'm expecting goals game, and so else our game win, and I catch on say Premier League games now cost me me ama goals, and indeed he gave us goals. Me expecting the same thing from any games. Two betway odds. Yemfa na yentimi emfa enye ya de and then midweek yen try a luck so first one no 179 A378A 179 A378A and a second one no 179 A79F8 179 A79F8 to two betway also. You bet me afa na yede aye nyoma. Yes, chiska